Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, Arm Nation. Today I'm going to talk about the tools I use to maintenance and sort of modify my firearm. So here it is. It's going to be a long video, so get your popcorn out. I'm going to talk about them all and give you guys a little bit insight on what each tool does. So just to give you guys an idea, you might want some of this tool for yourself too. So with no further ado, here we go. Let's start out with the sight tool. Now I have a universal sight tool here for like your pistol, your little Glocks or Springfield or SIG, whatever. This works in almost every pistol, It's a universal sight tool. I find this on eBay a long time ago, but right now they have a different version. So I'm not sure about that version, but this one works well. However, you do need some sort of a vise. I do have a vise. I'm going to show you in the picture. Here's my vise, just a little vise I use. I mean, it works well, not the best thing. I prefer to have a proper vise, but this works for my little project. Gunsmithing for a living. Just casual stuff, you know. I like to work and change out stuff and modify stuff and stuff like that. So yeah, that's a universal sight tool. I use this quite a lot, especially on my pistol. Now I used to be a Springfield fanboy, so I did bought a Springfield sighting tools for my Springfield guns. But then, you know, I discovered there are other pistols on the market. So, you know, this been collecting dust. But, you know, once in a while, when I have a new Springfield pistol or something like that, or I need some adjustment, the sighting tool is pretty good. Now, it costs quite a bit more than your universal sighting tools. I believe I got this for like maybe $100, $50, I'm not sure. It's not that expensive, you know, because made in China and stuff like that. But this sighting tool is more than $100, so yeah, go figure. It's like a specialized tools. So I wouldn't recommend the specialized tools. Just get a universal tool. Now the other stuff I use for my gunsmithing is, you know, a good pair of gloves when you need to cut stuff up, and you know you want to protect your hand, and also and eyeglasses when you need to cut stuff off. You know, things fly around. You don't want those things to get in your eye. So a good pair of gloves and safety glasses. Now this is just a representation. It might not be the actual gloves or glass I use. The other stuff, okay, put this out of the way. The other stuff is, of course, you need a good pair of gun cleaner. Now this is a very old set of Hobbs gun cleaner, and in this package there's one very important tool that I think every gunsmithing should have or already have. Now in here I have all sort of stuff, you know, cleaning rods, cleaning wire, as you can see here, for all different kind of caliber. This is a very important tool for gunsmithing. Now what this does is that, as you can see there, that's a little light. You can put this into the bore of your gun and see the condition of your bore inside your barrel. So yeah, very important tools. Or you can just shine a flashlight, but you know, this works better because this one goes straight into your bore and you can see a lot more than just a flashlight. So, you know, great tools, important. Hobbs, also Hobbs. Now this set, I think that they discontinued the set. This set is very old. Yeah, it contains a whole lot of stuff, you know, cleaning patches. You also have this handy pistol cleaning kit. Look how small this is. Yeah, everything's in here to clean your pistol. Let's open it up and let you see. Now I got this from Walmart. I believe they might still sell this stuff, you know. It's great. Put one in your range bag just in case you need it. And it does have a couple of rods, so if you have a stuck casing inside your pistol, you can also use those rods inside there and to push out the stuck casing. As you can see here, they do have rods, so great stuff. Now of course you're gonna need a cleaning kit with a brass rod. Now this is important. You might want to bring a set of this to the range too, just in case your rifle have a stuck casing, and we know what happened if you have stuck casing at the range. You know, sometimes it's gonna ruin your entire day and you can't shoot the gun anymore. So you know, bring a rod. Also good for gun cleaning too. But for gun cleaning, I just recommend like the wire stuff. Now I have a kit of Otis. So basically you just run this to your bore and clean it out. This kit came with a whole bunch of cleaning heads of different sizes that you can choose from. Cleaning solution and stuff like that. Of course, you know, your brush to brush out all the carbon and stuff like that, and your various cleaning heads in this kit. Now I'm planning to buy a new kit, but you know, this works for me. Why do I want to go spend another $100 or so on a new kit? But you know, it's kind of, look how beat up this bag is, but it still works. You know, if it works, then it's fine. All I need to do is just replace some of those brush. Over time they do wears out, so replace those brush. I do have extra backup. What else? Now, when I go to range, I usually bring this with me. Now this Magpul decker pouch. I believe they sell this like everywhere now. So yeah, this pouch is you know, pretty awesome. All my leather wrenches, Allen wrench and stuff like that goes in here. It goes to my range bag wherever I go. So if I need some sort of Allen wrench, as you can see here, a whole bunch of Allen wrench and tools like that. Sight-in tools, AK sight-in tools. I believe I have AR sight-in tools too. But you know, all my Allen wrench goes into this bag, goes inside my range bag, and you know, it doesn't poke out or anything like that. So this Magpul decker pouch, 100% reliable, and I recommend everybody have at least a bag or two of this Magpul pouch along with it. You can put in all your Allen wrench in there too. So great stuff. Next thing I want to talk about is the punch tool. Now I've gone through several different company and sets of punch tool. One that I do not ever recommend is this punch tool at Home Depot. Even at Lowe's, you know, that punch tool is very brittle. Although it's made in USA, it's very brittle. And I have gone through like 2 sets of this. They come with various size and stuff like that, and I've gone through like 2 sets of this, 1 or 2 times, and it just I don't know, it just broke off. You know, very brittle stuff. So I do not recommend this. You get what you pay for. It's like $10 per set. Yeah, you get what you pay for, man. Spend a little bit more money, buy something else. Even the set from Harvest Fight Tool, these are like $15, $20. Now this good for a while. I mean, during time where I need a punch tool and I don't have to wait like a week for it to ship home, and I just go ahead and buy this punch tool from Harvest Fight. I mean, it works, but then you know, it's like, you see how pointy that thing is? Now I don't want my roll pin to flare out, so yeah. I don't know how I feel about this punch tool set. I would not recommend this punch tool set unless you gotta have it right away. But you know what? Save your money. Buy something more better that's more specialized for a firearm than just a random punch tool set. So yeah, that's Harvest Fight stuff. So then I gone to the route of, you know what? I'm tired of my punch tool just breaking like this. So I just went ahead and go to like eBay, or you can buy this Amazon too, and just buy just one punch tool. It's what size is this? I think this is 1/16 or something like that, because I use this size a lot for my pistol to punch out all the pins, and sometimes it can get very stubborn. That's how I managed to break like 2 sets of this. But you know, just one of this costs like $8 to $10. So here's also made in USA. There's a brand that you can search out. Yeah, 1/16. Now, the cool thing about this is that Even if you apply a lot of pressure, it won't break, but it does bend. So you can rebend it and reuse it, unlike this stuff. Maybe it's carbon steel or something. Once you break it, that's it, you can't bend it. Carbon steel is not good at bending. But this, I think it's maybe stainless steel or something. Maybe, I'm not sure, but good stuff, made in USA, and what's not to like about it. So yeah, only one of this punch tool equal to like a pack of this. So if you tend to break your punch tool, buy something quality, and you never regret it. I never regret buying this, even though it costs a lot, $8 to $10 per punch tool. Now, the other day I went to Academy and I saw this. Have you ever had that urge where you see one tool in a whole set that you really want, but you couldn't care for everything else? So this is one of it. This is one of those items where I couldn't care less for every other punch tool, but the item I really want here is the hammer. Now this is AccuPunch. You'll find this at in pretty much all the gun stores, Academy, Bass Pro, and here's all the tool it came with. You can read that on. So yeah, looks great, but the main tool I bought this for is the hammer, the Thor hammer, because I use gunsmithing hammer a lot. So yeah, I wear out my other hammer. So this does came with a whole bunch of replaceable heads. You have like a rubber, a plastic, a brass, and a stainless steel. Most often the time I use like the brass or stainless steel. If I don't want to get my gun marred up, I use like maybe a rubber. But this is very heavy, very hefty. Feels very good in the hand. And of course, like all the tool, it's just, extra for me. Now this is kind of pricey, $35 for this set, but I think it's worth it. Just pay the extra for it. And it came with all kind of stuff. Also came with a plastic punch, so if you don't want to mar up your finish and stuff like that. Now, the great thing about this punch is that, as you can see here, you can see the head is not sharp, but it's made for firearm. So this does the job. Also came with a tweezer. I think this is pretty useful. I like this tweezer because if you want to get a pinpoint accuracy, you can, look at this. You can hold up your punch tool and then just set it on top of your pins and then hammer it down. So, great stuff. So you don't get your fat finger in the way. So yeah, that's a great tweezer, little tweezer there, punch tool tweezer. So yeah, I love this set. I just bought it for the hammer. Yeah, it's one of those things, you see the whole set, but you only want to buy it because you want that one tools in the set. So yeah, that's a problem with me. Let's go into some other tool armors block. Now this is a block for my AR-15 magazine. In case I need to work on my ARs, I need to have a block. Of course, with block like this, you need to have a vise. And yeah, I did show you a picture of the vise that I have. It's nothing too fancy, but it works for me for so long. What else? Also a block for your AR upper receiver. Now this only works for your mil-spec AR upper receiver. It doesn't work on like custom stuff or billet or just some fancy stuff. It only work on your AR mil-spec receiver, and then just vise it up, and you can change out your barrel and stuff like that. Where do I get this? I don't know. It's been so long. You can easily get this at eBay, Amazon, maybe even Bass Pro or some place like that. Now, what this does is that you put this into your upper receiver, take your bolt out so that when you vise this up, it doesn't collapse the upper receiver. So this goes with this. So that's that. Also and my recent purchase not too long ago. But you know, it's I think it's same brand as this, also at Academy. Now this is armor's block, bench block for your AR, but I use this for like everything, even my pistol. You have your like your bolt carrier right here if you want to work on it. You have your A2 flash hider, upper receiver. You know, you can punch out those pins and stuff like that. Lower receiver on this front side, and you know, it's just so good. You know, you gotta have this, gotta have one of this. Even for pistol, you know, your pistol is not gonna fit 100%, but then you know, all you need is just a block to punch out the pin. So this block right here will do the job for just about any gun, so that you don't punch on your table or something like that. Now, before this, I was using this armor's block from Brownells, I believe. Yeah, look how simple this is. Just a piece of plastic, and you're gonna punch your pin through. But the problem with this is like, for a certain gun, you know, it's just pretty slick. Doesn't have enough surface to hold the gun while I'll punch down the tool, punch down the roll pin or whatever. So you know, this big block is better. How much is this? I forgot, but you know, you can easily find this at pretty much every gun retail store that sell, you know, gun stuff. So let's move on to something else. How about a filer? Okay, now filer. I have a servo of this really big filer for when I want to file down like a polymer 80 or something like that, or just you know, fixing up my gun or polishing it or whatnot. You know, the big filer. I got this at Home Depot. They're not that expensive. They're like $14 per set. It came with a whole bunch of different you know, heads and stuff like that for you to do. This especially helpful if you do like polymer 80, you want to grind down that plastic. Very helpful tool to have. Even unsharpen the edges of the gun, pretty good. And of course I have a little set of filer, just smaller, more fine details if you want to go into that. But you know what, yeah, have a set or two. Pretty good stuff. Now let's move on to other stuff. Okay, now some other stuff I use is this torch. This type of torch. Now once in a while I do came across that very stubborn like gas block or something like that. I couldn't even punch it out with my punch tool, and I have to heat it up and then punch it out. So something like this, very useful. Now I just bought this. I have an older one, but I just bought this just in case, you know, because prices are going up on everything right now. You might want to have extra tools or two. So I believe, you know, every gunsmithing people have one of these stuff laying around. The other stuff is, of course, sandpaper. It's very old sandpaper. Not sure how old it is, but you know, once in a while I'll use sandpaper to smooth up surface and stuff like that, or polish stuff, you name it. The other stuff, very important stuff that I think every gunsmithing should have, or just a casual gunsmither, is a Dremel. Now I have a 3000 version. Let's open it up and look at the Dremel. It's not the cheapest thing, but it's not the most expensive thing either. Now you typically want a Dremel with a whole bunch of cutting heads and stuff like that. You might have to buy that extra, but a Dremel tool is very useful for cutting down stuff, or even polishing or modifying stuff. Now I do have a Dremel bench. I'm going to show you on the picture. Here is a Dremel workstation. So you can put in your Dremel in here and then use it to drill stuff. Pretty cool. Not expensive either. And of course I have a little compressor right here to blow up all the dust. Fairly big compressor. Harbor's Fight also. rotor zip cutting tool for when the Dremel failed to cut. Better buy some like extra blade and stuff like that, because right now everything's going up in price, and I don't believe you can find this in the store anymore. I'm not sure. Now, the other tool, of course, you're gonna need is a drill. Just pretty much any drill. It doesn't have to be this brand of drill. Home Depot. I use this a lot. Even on my previous job, I still have it till this day. Rigid. I mean, I love this brand. It works out very well for me. Home Depot brand. But you know, once in a while, the battery might go out. You might want to replace the battery. And the battery right now is like super expensive, so you might want to grab an extra battery or two, because you know the inflation and everything. Lithium is going up in price, and stuff like that. The other thing is that for gunsmithing, you want some quality drill heads, and you know, little accessory, you know, accessory heads, drill bits, whatever. So you know, get a good brand, you know, because you don't want it to break on you, especially you know if you do something very hard. I mean, just stuff like this, the drill bits, Phillip heads and stuff like that. Buy some quality brand, because you know they do wears out, and if you buy like a very low brand, it tends to just wear out very quick. So that's all I have to say about that. And of course, you know, range tool. Now I got this for like free. Yeah, I got this for free, buying from I forgot which website, but yeah, they give me this for free. I do put this in my wrench bag, just in case I need some wrench, hex tool or whatever. It works. I mean, I'm not sure what's this for. What is that for? And what is this for? I'm not sure what that is, but you know, I put it in my wrench bag just to have a tool in case I need it for something. Okay guys, we're more than halfway, so stay with me. It's gonna get better. Now here's some tools I use for, like, you know, like just let a screw on your optics, or just accessory that that you need. Now this tool I got from Bass Pro Wheelers Tools, and it has all kind of you know, heads on it that you can use for your gunsmithing. So very quality stuff. Stainless steel, I believe, all of them. You want a good stainless steel set instead of just a plastic set, for obvious reason. And you know, it's pretty much self-explanatory. Very good stuff. Again, it's not like super cheap, better than your Walmart stuff, but sometimes I do go to Walmart and you know, see some stuff that I really like this set right here. I just bought the other day. Now I have the version 1, and I have break that. Now again, this is one of those set that I bought it just for that one tool, just for this tool right here, if I want some leverage. So you know, this handle right here is much better than your Phillip head, your original handle like this. Now, yeah, I also have some like this around. You know, very useful, but you need them in like different sizes. But some like this you can change out to different kind of heads. As you can see here, very cool. You know, you can turn different position. So yeah, I did bought that. It's like $12, tax and everything. So good stuff, you know. I did break the version 1, so this is like the more beefier version. Yeah, I like that. What else? I do recommend a good setup wrench, but not any wrench. These are flat wrenches. I got this from Amazon. So yeah, it's been working out for me so far. Now, why would you need a flat wrench over like your regular wrench? Sometimes you have that very tight spaces on your let's see, flash hider on your rifle and stuff like that, and you have really tight spaces, only a flat wrench can reach. So you know, buy yourself a set of flat wrench. Jeez, this video gonna be long. 9-piece flat wrench from Amazon, works well for me so far. No complaints there. Came with a pretty cool case too. All right, we're done with that, and also buy some, you know, pliers and some of this tool, cutter, zip tie cutter, and stuff like that. Now I do use some of this tool for my like polymer 80 and stuff like that, just to trim out the plastic. But you know, you can use this for like everything, you know, around the house, gardening stuff, pliers, you know, just your basic stuff. The other stuff, also important as a gunsmithing, is wrench. It's very important that you buy the correct wrench for what you need. Now, this wrench right here I got from when I start to do gunsmithing, just hobbies. Tapco. This company no longer existed, but you know, back then they're like pretty big company. You know, it's pretty sad to see a company go like that. But you know, something like this is good, but not the best. But if you watch one of my video of me trying to take out my buffer tube with this tool, it doesn't go too well because this tool is pretty slippery for the buffer tube. So I bought a Magpul wrench, and because this is full circle, it doesn't slip out of the buffer tube. So unlike this, you see, it's just like a half circle. This is a full circle, so it doesn't slip out. And just here it is, just Magpul, you know, Magpul makes some great stuff. So I do recommend you buy some quality brand. And of course, you got some of those really stubborn stuff that you need to hammer out, and your little tiny hammer couldn't handle it. Buy a really, you know, big hammer and it's just a hammer. Who doesn't need a hammer? I don't think anybody. And now this is one of things that not a lot of people think of. It's a battery tester. It's from eBay. In fact, this is my second one. Now this particular one broke because over time, or when you use this little lever too much to test out your battery, the wire inside just wear out, and you have to go back inside and solder it in again. So yeah, it's just a battery tester. I'm not one of those people who just throw out the battery without testing it to see if it's good or not. I mean, it's very wasteful, and you know, battery are very harmful to the environment. You don't want to throw them out all the time when they're perfectly fine. But on my everyday carry EDC, I do replace the battery regardless of how good the battery is every year, just to be sure, you know, because that's my EDC. That's what I depend my life on. But for everything else, before I throw out the battery, I usually test it using this battery tester. So great stuff. Okay, now one of my new favorite solution to have is JB Weld. Now I find myself using this a lot right now because whenever I install like a pistol sight, some of them tend to wiggle a lot, and you know, over time they get very loose. Sure, you can use blue Loctite or red Loctite. I didn't have it here, but oh yeah, you can use this blue Loctite or red Loctite, and sometimes it'll hold, but for something like a Mossberg 12 gauge or a 12 gauge shotgun, where you need to install the sight to be somewhat permanent, semi-permanent, then you know, this is the only thing that pretty much work on a 12 gauge because it's fairly powerful. I lost two sight to the 12 gauge on the range, and I mean, it just flew out. It won't hold until I put this thing on. So yeah, for your really high caliber gun where you need your sight to just not get lost. Yeah, you better use one of this. And of course, I did show you guys the blue Loctite and red Loctite. Got this Harbor's Fight. They're fairly cheaper than Home Depots and stuff like that. But works well for me for a long time. And now this, I don't know, maybe you can get this for like $7, $10, I don't know. What else? Let's go to the solution. Now, one of my favorite thing to use is the Rockset adhesive. Now I use this for install like a flash hider or muzzle brake. I use this all the time now. Before I didn't use this, just maybe a shim kit or crush washer, but those things doesn't work as well as this. Especially if you use for like suppressor and stuff like that, you need those flash hider or the muzzle brake to stay on your gun and not flew off. So this stuff, great. Just search for Rockset on YouTube or whatnot and see how people use it. I use it all the time on mine. And the other thing I think is important for every gunsmith to have is the lithium grease. Now this I used to apply to my, like the larger nut on the AR barrel, and maybe some other parts too, but it's a lithium grease. It doesn't bind up when you shoot a lot, so your barrel doesn't bind to your upper receiver and stuff like that. You're gonna need some of this. I use this quite often on my AR build. Can't live without this. Maybe I'll buy another bottle because like everything's going up in prices these days, and you might not able to find something like this again. I don't know. The other stuff I use is just just to clean my gun, just some solution. Now I'm one of those guys, used to be one of those guys who have like 20 different solutions for different things, for cleaning guns and stuff like that. Right now I'm just gonna reduce everything to one solution. That is the Remington Oil. That's all I use now. That's pretty much all I use for everything, cleaning every guns, barrel and stuff like that. I just use Remington Oil. Now this is not the best thing to take out all your carbon, stubborn carbon, but it works. All you need to do is put some elbow grease on it, man, and just brush those things off with help of Remington Oil. It works well for me. But once in a while things get tough, I use like hops or something like that. I have like a whole bunch of other solutions too, but I don't have it here. It takes too long to put everything on the table. Now here, this is great for degreasing. Now this is used for car brake, the wheel brake cleaner. So I use this to degrease all my firearm parts where I need to install like a muzzle brake or flash hider, and I use this on both the muzzle brake, flash hider, and the barrel, the threading of the barrel. Whenever you have a threading and you want to install something like semi-permanent or permanent, you want to use something like this, or something like this, blast and shine, grease remover and stuff like that. So, but this stuff is works great for me so far, and I think it's fairly cheaper than your gun cleaning stuff. So yeah, use this. I use it on everything, on my bicycle, on my car, on my guns. Yeah, pretty much that for everything. Okay, now one of the stuff that I forgot to bring out here is the bluing pen. I'm gonna have an image for you guys in case like you work on your firearm and you got scratches and stuff like that. You want to use a pen. It works very well. Has becoming one of my favorite tools to use on my firearm if I messed up and scratched my firearm. The other stuff is that you want like a headlamp of some sort, just any headlamps. Now buy a quality headlamp, otherwise you're gonna have like a whole bunch of problems like this one I have, but it still works. Yeah, just buy don't go cheap on headlamp, because I don't know how to tell you guys, but I've gone through like 3 or 4 different headlamps throughout my life. So yeah, this would be like the 5th one or something. So buy headlamps for you to see exactly what you're working on. If you don't have a well-lit area, use the headlamps. What else? The other stuff you should have is something like this. Now here's a brand. It's a needle bottle, something like this. So yeah, you can put all your solution inside and go into the crevices of the gun, of the firearm, oil it up, and stuff like that. You know, something like this is very useful. What do they call this? Geez, I just couldn't remember on top of my head. Yeah, this video has been very long. So yeah, stay with me. I think that's it. That's all. All right. Hopefully that's not too long for you guys, but I think it is. It's very long. That's all for this video. Hope you guys like it. Support me, like, subscribe, check out my BitChute channel, check out alternative media, because right now I don't know how long we have in this Z2 platform in order to do this kind of stuff, this firearm 2A, Second Amendment, whatever, because YouTube is very, you know, anti-gun and stuff like that, and it's just a matter of time where we all get removed from this platform. So make sure you like, subscribe, just to break the algorithm. Thanks for watching, and remember, if anybody asks you, are you armed, tell them no, you're armed AF. Peace out. I'm sure I forgot something. I always does that. Certified SP01. Please vote. Try this. Jam. Very cool. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Mm-hmm.